Hi and welcome to this video. A lot of people requesting me to debrief from my perspective and point of view some of the footage and content I've been doing with the infamous GROWLING SIDEWINDER. You can check his channel, link is below, it's in English, it's very great DCS content. I've been doing quite a lot of videos with him lately, and today we wanted to discuss the DARPA artificial intelligence stuff, and we took advantage of this short interview to do some more BFM. So I am flying the Mirage 2000, he's flying a Mig29, and we're starting head-to-head about 6 miles, block 1 as we say, that's 10,000 feet, and I'm gonna be going through the motion a little bit on those setups. So I'm not over-editing my stuff. He's doing an outstanding job editing DCS content, all that stuff. I'm not getting into that path, I'm just gonna provide you with a raw footage. So I'm using OBS to record my DCS footage, and today I wasn't using VR. I wanted to stay old school, so I was using my middle joystick and just a screen. So the footage you see on the screen right now is exactly what I'm seeing on my, it might be a 25-inch screen. That is exactly what I'm seeing. So I'm using sometimes internal views, sometimes external views. To mix stuff up a little bit. I'm keeping the distance because in real life it's easy to judge the distance. In DCS it's much tougher to get the tally to maintain contact. So I'm not cheating, I'm using the soft that way. In terms of using the soft as well, every time I fly with GROWLING, he has a policy of no G's, because the G's are coming a bit too fast in DCS, so he removes the G FX, and I was using 60% of fuel left in my Mirage. He was having I think it's 55% in his Mig29. So what you just saw was a first setup, and I'm gonna go through it a second time talking about it. What about that? And let me do that right now. There you go. And let's play it again. Same player, play again. There you go. And as I said earlier, head-to-head, 450 knots, 10,000 feet. What I like to do is put myself slightly below him at the merge. We are not allowed to take any pre-merge shots, yet we can maneuver pre-merge. In the real life, you can do whatever you want, depending on the rules of engagement, and in training you have to follow what we call the training rules, TRs. So today I'm doing what we call an early turn. It's turning to the right, so that's why I turn my aircraft a little bit to put my lift vector on him, and it's going to enable me to force a second merge. So not the best thing I could do, because I don't like having to merge vertical nose down like this. That's something I really like. So several ways I could have done it differently. I could have maintained my high altitude and just turn without putting my nose on him initially, and something I'll come do in the next setup. There's different tactiques and different stuff you can do, but it was my first time dogfighting against a Mig29 flown by a human. I did a couple fights against AI before. You can see it on my other channel at Ishui. But I wanted to give it a shot. So then he's getting into the 2 circle, like I'm playing on my speed kind of mindset, and then you see how difficult it is to be able to get the peeper on, be able to shoot him. He's maneuvering, he's trying to jink, and I only have 125 30 mic rounds. So I've got 2 guns, 125 rounds per gun. It's about 21 centimeter per 30 mic, 480 grams. It's what we call OSPI, obus semi-perforant explosif incendiaire. So those are munitions that are going to explode and light fire. So they're very dangerous. And there is more or less stopping in the sky. As soon as you stop in the sky, you become a very easy target for a gun. So usually when it maintains 500, 600 knots in DCS, it's extremely tough for me to get a good peeper on tracking because it's going so fast. In real life, you couldn't be staying at 600 knots, 9 Gs forever. But in a case like that, it's more realistic. The setup with just is pretty realistic in terms of G. It's something that could have happened in real life for sure. Not like some dogfight you might have seen on this channel where we're just pulling Gs forever, just like the DARPA stuff. No, it's not gonna happen in real life. In real life, you're gonna have to be careful with the G force at some point. And so the setup you just saw was pretty realistic, and took the advantage at slow speed. That's basically it. So we're getting into a new setup, and I wasn't very happy about putting my nose down initially to get in that neutral merge. So I thought, hey, I'm going to try something different. I mean, we're here to experience stuff. GROWLING is a very, very good BFMer, so if you stop focusing for a second, he's going to feel it and he's going to maneuver to shoot you, so you have to remain focused. And I decided, there you go, to go for what I like to call the double email man. So initially I climb, and as coming toward me, I climb again. So I redid some energy, and now I'm waiting for him to come, which is extremely dangerous. Why? Because I basically decide to give him a first shooting opportunity to force an overshoot. The reason I did that is because as we were merging, I gave him a Top Gun quote, and you know, in Top Gun, that's what he does. So you go with like forcing an overshoot. So I thought, hey, I'll try to do it Top Gun style. So that's why I decided to go with the game plan as that. And I missed my effect a little bit because I hadn't enough authority at almost 20,000 feet to move my nose properly and get my gun shot. So it's a bet. The difference between a big loser and a hero sometime in combat is just a result. Think about it. No, seriously. You do something like this, you get shot, you're absolutely stupid. You do something stupid like this and it works, you're like, oh, he's a hero. So yeah, you're being judged on your results. Yet what I just did on the setup is not something I would do in real life, because the risk level would be way too high. So I wouldn't put myself in a situation like that. But I've been doing quite a lot of stuff with him, so it's time to experiment a little bit. By the way, if you look at Atishre, my other channel, I've published debrief every Thursday, very high quality content on a specific subject. And I'm also the author of a book. I don't know if you know, I haven't told most of my English audience. It's in English, it's called Debrief. I've got the link below. It's available on Amazon.com in US and Canada. It's been a best-selling in France. It's about leadership and being in control of your own single-seat jet, stuff like that. But what I like a lot about this, and we had quite a laugh, is the preset is popping flares and chaff. I don't know if you've seen the chaff, it's for against ECM, and I joked to him saying, hey, look, you might have ejected, but I'm going to release chaff close to you and you're going to get cancer. Yeah, that's a fighter pilot joke. I know it's stupid. I apologize. It's just a joke, okay? No worries. Anyway, jokes aside, you want to turn your radar off as you join close formation, because with your radar on, it's bad for the other pilot, for your leader. Setup number 3, at that point, I moved to Germany and I'm back in the south. It's pretty hot, and you're gonna see I had a cell phone overheat. I was hotspotting on my cell phone to get better Wi-Fi and upload some video, and you're gonna see I'm gonna get distracted, and it's gonna be stupid and embarrassing. This one, I did my favorite game plan, just go vertical, and I like to react to what the other guy is doing. I just find it to be more fun. I like to react compared to the other pilot, and there he is. So he's arcing, a lot of energy, playing the numbers and saying, okay, I'm just gonna maintain my speed and I'm gonna win in terms of turn. But it's extremely dangerous from the point of view. I got a delta wing, so it's tough at low speed to regain energy, but I'm just trying to get opportunities right there. It's good training for me as well. I still have to manage my... It's going to be better when I'm going to switch to HOTAS. I'm not an HOTAS joystick, and you might see sometimes I put some rudder in. It's because I got the rudder on the stick, so it's not as precise and I'm losing some energy, but I'll get better later with better material. But the thing is, I'm trying to cut every single time in this trajectory to get a firing opportunity, because it is too fast. Would it be 100 knots slower, I would get an opportunity. And by doing what I'm doing, I'm sort of trying to scare him off. And if at some point he's a bit scared and he pulls too much to sort of put his nose on me, then I will have a good shooting opportunity. But he's not a beginner at all, he's very experienced, so he's focusing on his numbers and he's just driving down. And I'm missing energy to be able to do it. So another way I could try to do is start chasing him, but because he's turning extremely efficiently, if I do not maintain a high pressure game plan, it's not gonna work well. So at that point, decide to switch to one circle fight, nose to nose, just because for the fun of it, and also because we've been pulling G's for a while. I like to do flows that make sense in a real jet, and like for him, he's been pulling maybe 5-6 G's, I don't know, but more than 5 G's for sure for more than a minute. So you have to you have to let go a little bit. So I like to go in the slow side because I know it's more realistic. Okay, so there it goes. A couple missed opportunities on my side. It's not far every single time. I'm getting better with the Mirage. And oh yeah, you put fuel on unlimited. I usually don't do it, but it's server's rules. I've got absolutely no worries with it. But what I just did right there is my phone went to overheat. I was using my phone on Discord, and it caught my attention a little bit. And as you might have seen with the screen, because I had the screen, again, you see what I see, slightly up. I had peripheral vision on the trees, and when I moved my head down a little bit, I saw the tree, but I thought it was going to be okay before. I missed the cues looking at my phone initially, and so an excuse, I killed myself like a dummy. But what I'm getting is when you're flying like this, the smallest distraction is going to get you killed, and it's exactly what happened to me. I killed myself because I got distracted. So lesson learned is, yeah, don't use your cell phone when you got dogfighting. So yes. We're not in a contest, just so that you guys understand. We're doing an interview and then we're having some fun playing DCS, but there are a couple learning points I want to share, that's why I'm doing it. But I don't have the knife in the mouth when I'm doing that. Yet both of us are still competitive, but it's at the World Championships. Okay, so this one, again, as you see, we're going toward the same game plan. And I know it's the game plan you like the most. I'm using it to correct a little bit. It's a good opportunity for me to try to see exactly, get a better feeling of the Mirage 2000. So on that setup, I'm more like, okay, I'm gonna try to see if I manage with this game plan to get some opportunities, because just before I crashed myself, I killed myself, I lost. So I thought we're gonna make it to the deck, and usually on the deck I'm not very good, so let's see how it goes. And it's kind of tricky to have to move the stick. I'm using my small joystick to do that. But I thought, okay, we'll see how it goes. I'll try to play the numbers a little bit, so get around 360 knots and try to play the game and make sure I'm not pulling too much G's, because yeah, I want it to look realistic. So I'm going to be pulling some G's for a while, and as you see, we're turning and we have the burner on, and in real life you will be burning a lot of fuel. So you're turning and it takes time, and you will be calling for reinforcements. You will be scanning outside, looking, talking to Freddy, which is your ground control interception guys on the radio, or talking to Magic, the AWACS, or talking to your Hawkeye, and you will be asking, hey, is anyone gonna come to help me? Or I'm anchored, like a anchor, I'm anchored at this position. What could I do? Blah blah blah. And with the turns, he's doing a better job than I am doing it. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna force an overshoot again. So I'm defending myself initially pretty aggressively and trying to see if I can force an overshoot. And I just decide to break all my energy, Top Gun style again, force an overshoot and then slide. But at that speed, you know, like this with the rudder, it's extremely difficult to get a shot, and now he has more energy because he did a good job maintaining his energy, and going nose high away from my gun is exactly what you want to do. So very good reaction on his side, and he's going in a roller, and you see below 100 knots, 3,000 feet, I can still fly my Mirage 2000, and I know for a fact that at 3,000 feet I can go nose low at those speeds. So that's why I'm going nose low, cutting a bit in the corner, and I'm sure that must have been pretty painful for him. Because, hey, I just cut in, like, it was pretty offensive, and he got tricked by my very aggressive nose down attitude. And now I'm missing a couple knots to be able to shoot, but just imagine in the Fox 2 world. Yet, I'm trying to pull some lead, trying to get a lucky shot, but again, with my delta wing, I'm losing energy extremely fast, and it's all up to mitigating my shooting opportunities where I'm going to lose energy and making more energy to be able to pull some lead and try to help my 30 Mike while not flying into the trees. So what initially happened so far is we merged, we went down to the deck, been turning on the deck. He went offensive on the deck. I decided to force an overshoot that I did. Got myself some shooting opportunities that I missed, primarily due to lack of energy. And now I'm offensive on him in a very offensive and easy to maintain position. I'm trying to play with my energy to put some, trying to do some lead, some lag, try to see if I can closer. But again, don't have limited munitions, so I'm pretty far, trying to hold my fire and trying to see if I can work myself closer. What will be interesting is to look at his airspeed. Right now I'm pulling 3-4 Gs, so it's okay, you can maintain that for a while. He's probably not maintaining 4, he's probably more in the 5 range, so in real life he wouldn't be staying there for hours. Okay, so as you see, again, I'm trying to climb, get a shot, work my energy back down, just doing like those roller coaster stuff, putting my nose up, putting my nose down. It's all about trying to get shot opportunities. And on that one was extremely close, just missed almost nothing, and it would have worked, showing that this game plan can work. And again, pilot in the Mig29 is a machine. He has to drink vodka to maintain the G-forces. Okay, so every single time you have a good shot opportunity and you miss it, you blow it, usually you find yourself less offensive afterwards because you had to give something away to put yourself in that shooting opportunity. And I just left some degrees, so I was extremely offensive, really pulled hard to try to take that shot, and I didn't max perform right after. Leading toward now we're almost neutral, so it's completely my fault. So I decide, again, spice things up a little bit and reverse force a 1 circle fight, nose to nose, because it's more fun and I might get myself some opportunities. And he's trying to run away every single time from those 1 circle fights. Second time he does that, so it enables me to put myself again dramatically behind him. And if you find it boring in real life, it wouldn't last so long, but I didn't want it to give up. He didn't want to give up. We had unlimited fuel, which is again not what you would have in real life, but creates good learning opportunities. And I decided to try a couple stuff like this. Yes, you can go 3D, so I tried to force some opportunities. You see again, very close, not very far. So I'm using it as a very good training mission. Very good opponent. He's not giving me an inch of room. So I'm trying some different stuff, enhancing my knowledge of the DCS flight model of the Mirage 2000. And again, always my same issue. You see I'm on the rocks, as we say. And now, what's my game plan? So coming from a fighter pilot background, I know, hey, we've been dogfighting for now like 7 minutes. 7 minutes with the amount of fuel we've been burning, I have to do something. So bugging out, as we say, leaving the fight is always an option. You want to be extremely careful in the Fox 3 world, even in the Fox 1 world or Fox 2 world. If your enemy has missiles and you leave the fight, guess what? You're going to get shot by behind. But in a case like this, guns only, I unload the aircraft, I accelerate as fast as I can, and now I'm going to go all the way to my recommended climb speed. It's like doing an interception. I want to accelerate all the way to Mach 0.9 or 9 or 5, and then I'm going to try to spice things up a little bit. So I'm going to be growing in terms of speed, but my aircraft is going to be able to accelerate more as I climb, and it's going to be burning less fuel as well. So I've got all the opportunities in the world to climb. And look, what did I select? I decided to leave facing the sun. Why? Because I know we're limited fuel. I know I'm not going to be able to hide myself close to a battleship or a base or having reinforcements saving me. So my game plan is accelerate, climb, head toward the sun, and then I'm gonna try to spice things up and come back for a merge and try to take my chances forcing a neutral merge, even though I know he will be full of energy and I'll have no energy at all. So I know for a fact he's less than 2 miles behind. I might be able to force a merge. I'm never going to be able to have all the energy I want at the merge. So I want to bring him pretty high because I want to be able to recreate energy with the altitude. That's why I'm going vertical like this. and he's not following me. And it took me some time, you know, with the movement. I mean, it's following, but not that hard, and I should have stayed up. I think if I had to do it again, I would have stayed up. Because now, you see, I don't have enough energy because I really wanted to create degrees. And now I've got slow energy state. He's doing a crazy loop. I wasn't expecting his angles, his distance, his geometry to be that wide due to the altitude and the speed. I mean, he must have been flying at Mach 1. So I'm sort of coming back to the merge, and I'm going to try to force a neutral merge. And you see the distances are bigger because we're high, and there you go. So now I managed to force him in the nose down merge, so he has a lot of energy. It's going to create big angles and a lot of turning room. So because I was slow, it enables me to move myself inside as I like to do. Not a lot of G's and good shooting opportunities and a very high pressure game plan with my nose. And now I got tons of altitude behind me to be able to recover airspeed. So I'm going to be able to have a couple short opportunities before getting to the deck. So we're turning on the deck, no solution. I extended, I forced a merge, managed to get a merge that enabled me to put myself in a very offensive position. Now I've got plenty of altitude to play with, and there you go. I'm going to try to get some good opportunities, but as I was coming nose down, again in DCS it's very tough to see the aspect of the enemy aircraft. I got tricked by the aspect. I thought that I was still offensive, but he had turned and I didn't detect it. So it was almost a neutral merge. But again, managed to put myself in an offensive position. And there you go. We ended up quite a long fight. I think it's like an 11-minute fight. And not sure if you got completely destroyed. Yes, you got completely destroyed on that one. And that's it. So what did we learn? Never ever give up. Never ever give up. That's something extremely important. And I hope you guys had coffee. That's Squadron mug from my dad days in the Royal Air Force. My first school was in England, even though I have a shitty accent. And I had my own mug in England, which is pretty cool. Must have been like 3 years old. So this mug is 31 years old. If you were in course 112 at Clinton on Uzi, let me know in the comments or shoot me an email, because I'm sure you still have this mug. So there it is. I hope you enjoyed this footage. It's my 2 cents on what happened, and make sure you go on GROWLING SIDEWINDER website and his YouTube channel and check it out, because he has some awesome editing style and some very great content, and I'll be doing some tag view reviews for sure. We did another setups, a couple more setups, Mirage 2000 with Fox 2s. If you want me to do it in English, let me know in the comment sections and I will maybe comment it. That's it. If you want to fly with me, I've got some coaching stuff. We do plenty of stuff for coaching, workshops, B2B. I'm a keynote speaker, webinars, all that stuff. And if you want to check out my book, let me know and leave a comment on review on Amazon. It's appreciated. And let me know, shoot me an email, let me know what you thought. I did it on myself. I need to debrief my book. Fly safe.